Thanks to the 82nd Combat Aviation Brigade for their support in making this video. Units involved include Alpha Company 122 ASB, Echo Company 282 Aviation, and Echo Company 382 GSAB. PMCS on the M978A4 was conducted in accordance with TM 9, 2320, 33910, and pre-operational checks were conducted in accordance with the Brigade SOP. The task, conduct an Aqua Glo test on product, is covered in STP 10, 92 Fox 15, SMTG, Task 101, 92F 1403. Please note that while the STP addresses the broad steps to conduct the task, there are specific procedures that must be followed to correctly complete each portion of the task. The Aqua Glo Series 5 water detector kit determines the degree of undissolved water content in the fuel. To ensure accurate free water detection, the Aqua Glo detector kit must be assembled for operation and calibrated before each use. Slide the meter assembly into the track on the body of the ultraviolet lamp assembly. Remove the calibrated pad stored in the protective sleeve of the kit. Always handle the pad with tweezers. Note the set code in the center of the pad, since this will be the calibration setting you will use for calibrating the kit. Using tweezers, insert the calibration pad into the test area window, located on the bottom of the water detector. Lift the curved metal hinge tab and place the pad, text facing you, in the depressed circular area in the center of the test area. Close the test area cover and place the test kit in its upright position. Turn on the water detector, setting the indicator switch to the appropriate power source. Position the light modulator lever located on the side of the water detector until the lever is directly above the number on the scale corresponding to the set number shown on the calibration pad. Depress the hooded button on the meter assembly portion and read the calibration meter. If the meter reads 0, the water detector is calibrated. If the meter reads any increment other than 0, you must insert a jeweler screwdriver into the small hole on the side of the meter assembly. While holding down the hooded button, turn the jeweler screwdriver until the meter reads 0, indicating that the meter is zeroed out. Using tweezers, remove the calibration pad from the test area and place it back into the protective sleeve. Personal protective equipment, PPE, shall be used whenever fuel is moving, when there is a possibility that fuel could leak, and/or when in the vicinity of a fuel pump where the engine pump decibel level exceeds safe limits. Pull out enough of the fuel hose to attach the D1 fueling nozzle to the D1 receptacle. Rotate the lever forward on the D1 nozzle. To drain water from the filter separator, hold a clean glass container under the small hose coming from the bottom of the filter separator. Open up the V15 drain valve and allow the filter separator to drain of BS&W, bottom, sediment, and water until only clean, clear fuel comes out. Close the V15 drain valve and empty the waste fuel into a suitable container. Note, do not put this waste fuel into the fuel tank of any equipment. Ensure that the refueling vehicle is on and the PTO, power takeoff switch in the cab is engaged. To begin recirculation and flushing of the Aqua Glo Test apparatus, first reset the flow meter knob to reflect 0 gallons. Couple the sample test probe to the sampling connector. Ensure that the toggle valve on the connector is closed, perpendicular to the line. Ensure that the V6 fuel defuel knob is pushed all the way in to ensure that the tanker truck is set up to perform refueling operations. Pull out the V1 dump valve to allow fuel to flow out of the tank. Push in the pump engagement lever located on the bottom left portion of the Hemet pump housing. There should be a distinctive whine which indicates that the pump has been engaged. Pull out the hose to the hand actuated valve and squeeze the hab to begin the flow of fuel. Note, the hab must always be held in the operator's hand when performing any petroleum operations. Never manipulate it to remain open while not in the operator's hand. Begin recirculating fuel at low idle until the flow meter indicates that fuel is flowing smoothly. When desired, the throttle control TC switch can be engaged to allow for recirculating at high idle. Monitor the gauges and document the readings to ensure proper operation of the equipment. Recirculate fuel for 3 to 5 minutes, then adjust the throttle control TC switch to low idle. For the Aqua Glo test to be accurate, the sample must be taken from a moving stream of fuel. Ensure that the plastic discharge tube of the fuel sampling test adapter is put into a plastic container. Move the toggle valve on the sample test probe to the open position and connector to the open position parallel to the line. Flush 1 liter, 1,000 milliliters, of fuel through the sampling test probe into the plastic container. Move the toggle valve on the sample test probe to the closed position and the connector to the closed position, perpendicular to the line. Empty the plastic container into the equipment fuel tank or a waste container. To perform a visual examination of fuel, ensure the plastic discharge tube of the fuel sampling test adapter is put into a clear glass container. Move the toggle valve on the sample test probe to the open position and connector to the open position parallel to the line. Fill the glass container to approximately 3/4 full. Move the toggle valve on the sample test probe to the closed position and connector to the closed position perpendicular to the line. Put a cap on the clear glass container. Observe the fuel for color and appearance, visual examination. If fuel is cloudy, this could be an indication of undissolved water or fine particulate and may require submission of a 1-gallon fuel sample to a local laboratory for further analysis. Swirl the contents in order to create a vortex. Observe the bottom of the vortex looking for water or sediment. Water and sediment are heavier than fuel and will be visible toward the bottom of the vortex. Record the results of the visual examination. If the fuel is clear and bright, empty the clear glass container into the equipment fuel tank or waste container. Uncouple the test probe and unscrew the 2 halves. Do not remove the test pad from the hermetically sealed envelope until ready for use. The pad can absorb moisture from the air, rain, or sneezing. Exposing the test pad to the air on a humid day will compromise the integrity of the pad in a matter of minutes. Using tweezers, remove the Aqua Glo test pad from the envelope. Observe the sample pad. If the sample pad has any discoloration, unevenness in dye content, or a faded yellow appearance, select another Aqua Glo test pad. Put the Aqua Glo pad into the sample test probe with the orange side, sunny side up, facing the inlet portion of the sample test probe. Screw the pad holder assembly back together. Move the toggle valve on the sample test probe and the connector to the open position, parallel to the line. Allow 500 milliliters of fuel to flow through the sampling test probe into the clear container. Close the toggle valve on the sample test probe and connector perpendicular to the line. Disengage the pump engagement lever, turn off the PTO, disconnect nozzle, store hose, and turn off the refueling equipment. If the Aqua Glo test kit is some distance from where the Aqua Glo sample was taken, keep the Aqua Glo test pad inside the sampling apparatus to avoid contaminating the pad. Remove the test pad from the holder using tweezers and blot the test pad between clean, dry paper towels to remove excess fuel. Using tweezers, place the Aqua Glo test pad in the bottom portion of the ultraviolet lamp assembly. Ensure that the orange side faces the ultraviolet lamp. Turn on the power to the Aqua Glo test kit. Press the hooded button of the meter assembly while moving the light modulator lever. Watch the meter scale while moving the light modulator level until the meter pointer lies on 0. If the reading is more than 10 parts per million, recirculate and retest. If the retest shows more than 10 parts per million of water, submit a sample to the supporting laboratory for inspection and disposition instructions. Then take the fuel and fueling equipment system out of service.